beginning from page 44, and it reads, Ghana's credit story has improved over the past 3 years compared to our performance about a decade ago. The last time we saw an upward adjustment in our rating was under President Kufuor. The 8 years under your watch, nothing happened to our credit rating. Now guess what? S&P, Moody's, Fitch, every single one of them has given us an improved outlook. This is not me saying this. This is Fitch, S&P, Moody's. This is not me, you versus us. International credit rating agencies. You think they just improve our ratings for the sake of it? Something good must be happening. Something good must be happening. Mr. Speaker, these are facts. As I said before, I'm going to double in facts. All the international credit rating agencies have given us an improved outlook. Mr. Speaker, the growth numbers, and you can refer to page 207. The growth numbers. The last time we were leaving office, GDP growth rate 3.4, and that was the worst in 23 years. And then you are going around, you want to come back. You want to come back and continue. You want to take us back. 3.4, look at what is happening. Ghana is projected to grow at 7% this year, following 8.1 and 6.2. You left it at 3.4. Can you imagine where we would be if you had continued? You know where we would be if you had continued. And then you are going around. You want to come back. Mr. Speaker, comparing ourselves to what the NDC did in 2016 will be an exercise in mediocrity. Mr. Speaker, if I continue along this path, I will be doing an exercise in mediocrity. Let's leave out the NDC. Now let us compare Ghana to our peers. Let's compare Ghana to our peers. Mr. Speaker, I refer you to pages 8 and 9. Pages 8 and 9 of the budget. I will not compare the MPP to the NDC. That would be an exercise in mediocrity. I will not. I will not. Mr. Speaker, I refer to pages 8 and 9. Mr. Speaker, in 2009, global growth is projected at 3%. Mr. Speaker, global, 3%. Advanced economies are projected to grow at 1.7%. Mr. Speaker, emerging markets and developing economies, 3.9%. Sub-Saharan Africa, 3.2%. Nigeria, 2.3%. South Africa, 0.7%. Guess what's going to happen in Ghana? 7%. These are all on pages 8 and 9 of the budget. Mr. Speaker, I've taken my time, read the budget, and I'm putting out facts. Mr. Speaker, as I said, I will not compare the MPP to the NDC. Now, I'm comparing the MPP's performance to our peers. Mr. Speaker, let us turn attention to the single currency. Mr. Speaker, we have convergence criteria. And Mr. Speaker, these have been agreed to by all the 10 countries in the Anglophone zone. In all the 10 countries, this is not NDC MP. Mr. Speaker, we have the primary convergence criteria. We have annual inflation, gross reserves, central bank financing of the deficit, budget deficit, public debt. Mr. Speaker, the primary and secondary, and I refer you to table 3 on page 13. Table 3 on page 13. Mr. Speaker, nominal exchange rate variation is supposed to be plus or minus 10%. We did 8.4%, and so that secondary convergence criteria was achieved. Mr. Speaker, the debt to GDP ratio, we are supposed to do not more than 70%. We did 57.9%. That was also achieved. Mr. Speaker, central bank financing of the deficit, it should be less than 10% of the previous year's tax revenue. Mr. Speaker, we did no central bank finance, 0. That target achieved. Mr. Speaker, gross reserves are not supposed to be less than 3 months of import cover. We did 3.6 months import cover. That gross reserves also achieved. Mr. Speaker, average annual inflation in the zone is supposed to be less than 10%. Mr. Speaker, once again, 7.7, we achieved that target. Mr. Speaker, the budget deficit is supposed to be less than 3%. Mr. Speaker, this House has passed legislation saying that the budget deficit should be less than 5%. As per legislation passed by this House, we are in tune. So, Mr. Speaker, primary, secondary convergence criteria, we are meeting all of them. Mr. Speaker, I'm not comparing the MPP to the NDC. Don't look at me. I'm not comparing the MPP to the NDC. I'm comparing the MPP to our peers. I will not dabble in an exercise of mediocrity. I'm not comparing the MPP to the NDC. I'm comparing the MPP to our peers. Sub-Saharan Africa, emerging economy.